Welcome back to the channel, guys. I wanted to bring you today's Clash of Clans video because I know you will love it. It is not a let's play or of me playing, but we were live yesterday for Spacestation Gaming versus the Queen Walkers, two top level clans. They went at it in one of these 5 versus 5 wars, and I was joined by my good friend Time to Clash. Now, before we dive into the action, if you do want to see any of these wars as they happen live, you can follow me on Twitch, Facebook, or on Madcat. Search Judo Sloth, you will find me, and the links are in the description of this video. But without further ado, let's get into the epic matchup. It is Space Station Gaming kicking us off, and it is John coming in with the Electron Lalo, Adam.
A little bit interesting on this one. You guys know Electron has been a little bit out of the meta, but with these single targets, and I think with the tweaks that have gone on, it is just about back in there. But check this out, it's not an Electron, he's using a dragon rather than an E-drag. Interesting setup.
Yeah, really interesting. He managed to get the Royal Champion in that corner, also got the scatter shot though, and has a really nice path now behind the sweepers directly into the town hall. This is a pretty good start for John. I don't think he could have asked for anything better at this stage.
Yeah, and his king has swung perfectly away from the wall break, allowing his queen to just go directly inside. Ice Golem's leading the way. This is picture perfect so far. Man, what a setup. What a setup so far. And obviously he's going to have a big line of buildings pretty much across the base. And we're going to Lalo straight across the base. My guess is probably going through the town hall first, safety first in these wars.
Definitely. I am surprised that the Royal Champion came in as early. I thought he might have saved that until the Lalo came over this area, but I guess he just wants to try and get that scatter shot, but he's not going to. The enemy queen does, but the attacking queen then takes it down. A little bit fortunate there for John.
Fortunate, yes, but that queen has stayed up. I think he expected his queen to work more closely with the champ and take down that enemy hero, not to mention the mixed CC really slowing down his heroes as well. Good call by Klaus on the CC, and that's the first crack in this attack that we've seen. Has John got enough now to power his way over that queen and still get it done?
Well, he's very sensible here. Lots of balloons spread around the north to make sure he got all of the defenses, keep the main push coming through. But as you mentioned, Adam, he's taking a lot of damage in combination with the Eagle artillery. The Queen has gone savage, taking down the Grand Warden as well, and it's looking ever less likely for John, but he's pushing everything with all of his might towards the end of this attack.
Yeah, interesting. I was wondering if he'd freeze for the end or if he'd have to bite the bullet and freeze the queen. He did freeze the queen. I totally understand why he did it, but it just isn't enough to get through. And the killer on this is that quite often on a Lalo, you bring your champion in late, which does mean you've got a get out of jail card against the queen. But obviously, because the champion was part of the setup and she did a good job, but it meant that we didn't have any extra tools. No Skelly spell, no Royal Champ. We had nothing that could target that queen. The minions and puts, they tried, but it wasn't enough. And I think that queen can sit there in the middle of the base. MVP on defense. She has ruined that raid, and she's earned Queen Walkers a defense to start us off.
And it's a good defense as well, Adam. Let's be honest with it. There's plenty of buildings at the bottom. John went all out for the 3 stars there, but unfortunately, it's only 80%. It is Klaus of Queen Walkers that's going to be attacking using the drag bat. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting setup on this one with the drag bats. Again, we're seeing that back in the meta with those single target infernos, with those ground expos. And honestly, when this works, you can see the bats do incredible things. And then when it doesn't work, it can be terrible. Now then, we've called it drag bat, but it's not. It's bat drag here. Yes. With 2 early ice golems tanking up. This is incredible. This is just a beautiful idea. Can he get round? The Tesla's probably not ideal here. And that might change the attack.
Towers. Exactly. I think he wanted both of them wizard towers. He did get a good chunk of the base down the bottom, but unfortunately wasn't able to get through the wizard towers quick enough. But I like the approach. A lot of times now we just default to using the bats at the end, but we always used to use them at the start of the attack, and Klaus going back to basics here, trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, this is one of those, if it works, we make a video out of it because it would be that good. Honestly, if those Teslas had not been there, I think the Bats would have got all those bottom side defenses and we'd be calling this one a triple before it even starts. Now we've got a lot of work to do. He did put the Royal Champion in. She kind of went into the base, and I don't think he expected her to. I think he thought she'd stay at 6 o'clock. She has got some value up there. You feel that these Dragons have got a tremendous amount of work to do, Judo.
They certainly do, and he's already used 2 of them down the bottom to get rid of that CC. He does have 3 grounded Expos, which is obviously an advantage for the Queen Walkers, and he's got to make sure that his King and Queen set the pathing for the Dragons to get in. I love the Ice Golem at the top here as well, just to protect the Queen and try and snipe off the Town Hall.
You've got to say his timing on the Ice Golem, the King and the Queen is perfect. King on the inside track, Queen on the outside, just as the Loons are getting there, so he's getting a bit of synergy tanking as well. Everything's so sweet, but you just wonder, did the start do enough to allow him to triple?
Yeah, the tornado trap caused him a bit of an issue, pulled the balloons in range of the Town Hall, but it did mean the Dragons could get through the single target Inferno. He has took a lot of damage, but the Queen still at full health, plenty of Dragons down at the bottom. We might still get this one done, Adam.
Yeah, this is going to be close now. That Queen has been brilliant, and the Dragons were so smart as well. They saw the air defense like, no, we're leaving that for the Queen. We're going down here. That couldn't have worked out any better. The question is there a couple of black mines down there that's going to end the Dragons, or can they get through those Teslas? Queen doing well, but the barracks in front of the Arch Tower, it's all about pathing here. Arch Tower is on the Queen.
Oh, it's really close. Time is ticking as well. The Queen will go down. That one Archer Tower has managed to take the Queen, got tremendous value against the Grand Warden, and the Dragons just won't have enough. However, it is going to be the Queen Walkers that take the slight advantage at the start here in terms of the percent, and they keep it relatively high. You can't get much higher than 99%. But we have Jethro of Spacestation Gaming looking to take the lead here with the hybrid.
And here we go. We are in with the hybrid. Like Judo says, we've seen a couple of interesting attacks so far. Now we're seeing another strategy thrown in there. Town Hall 13 meta is opening up, and we love it. And check this out. We went in with the slammer to get going. He recognized that there was no sweeper pointing at that compartment. And more importantly, there was no defense next to the wall. You guys know what happens. If your slammer hits the wall, the Yetis move outside. Man, that was brilliant planning by Jethro, and you can see it's worked well. Now, granted, the Yeti's still alive, but I don't think he's too upset.
The Lava Hound's pulling the Queen here, Adam. He's managed to swap it, but the Lava Hound's pulling his Queen across to the side. This is not what Jethro wanted. He obviously wanted the Queen to go into the Town Hall, but it's going to be really difficult now. He has to set the funnel to that side. Decides to send the Super Wall Breaker in to the left. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I'm giving it credit, and you're right. I mean, it's unlucky. But yeah, now then, Jethro, back to recovery again. We'll talk about what happened in a second. Let's talk about what he can do now. And you can see he's already opened up that 9 o'clock compartment. Brilliant idea there. Love that wizard trimming those buildings up there, forcing that Queen inside. Because you can see on this angle, she still gets the enemy Queen. She actually gets the champion and the scatter shot. This might actually work better, dare I say it.
I was just thinking the same myself, Adam. He's going to get so much value. The Queen is taking a lot of damage to that side. He has got the Town Hall, but it's really, can he get the Queen past the single now and to the back end scattershot? That will be the difficulty, but he's got a lot moving through the base here. Still has a heal and the Royal Champion. The single will go down, and it's all this back end scattershot now.
Man, that was fantastic. Whatever happens on this attack, whether it triples or not, it is a superb change here. Massive adjustments by Jethro. Big team of miners inside on the Eagle where he wants them. Queen is tanking the scatter shot. She's not taking it, but that's fine because the scatter shot is not hitting his ground troops. And with the champ sneaking through, does he have just enough to get it, Judo?
He might. He's got a Tesla farm to deal with on the right-hand side. The Royal Champion goes down, but as you mentioned, the Queen tanked for the entire time with the scattershot. Still has that leftover Super Wall Breaker to try and bust the Queen out, but it goes for the wrong compartment, unfortunately. However, it is going to be time here. Can he force the Queen around to the Tesla quick enough?
Doesn't look like it. He takes a chance with the Loon again, just trying to get everything that he can. He does get one Tesla down with the Loon, so well played on that one. But he knows 20 seconds isn't going to get him round, especially with the Queen. She's not quite outside. Finally, she gets there, but it is just a bit too slow, man. But you've got to say again, we're just crediting Klaus with pushing through an attack that didn't look like it could do it. Gets the time fail. Jeffro's done the same, albeit there are a couple more buildings still up. But his Queen went the wrong way. And it's still a 92% time fail. How do these professional players do it? How does something go so fundamentally wrong and they can use the quick thinking to get it back on track? It's incredible. What a war we're seeing. We haven't yet had a 3-star Judo. Is this it?
Well, this would put the Queen Walkers right into the lead, wouldn't it? They'd be ahead on percentage with that 99 and then the 100 if it's a 3-star. Plus, they'd be the star ahead. Stadra it is. Feels like the Lalo is his method of choice on this base. Royal Champion starts to take out some of the defenses and really opens up nice value towards the Town Hall.
You've got to give King Melvin credit there. Not many people put the ground skellies next to the Town Hall anymore. They really are the defense for the Inferno. Maybe he tested that. Maybe he knew that somebody might try something like clever on that Town Hall. And those ground skellies definitely slowed down the champ, probably prevented 2 buildings going down. So well done to those skellies. Rest of the setup, though, is looking pretty tidy.
Yeah, and you raise an interesting point there, Adam, because it's very much like the chicken and the egg scenario, because an attacker might be able to presume that the trap is in a certain place, and if it's obvious and in the meta, then they can predict that, but actually putting it somewhere else might be even more effective, and I feel like that has worked in this situation. However, Stadra still gets really good value, getting the single and carving that entire bottom section with his Queen.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we absolutely love about these wars. We love to see the defenders doing something special as well. And obviously, people like myself and Judo will always shout them out. We love it when the base builders get it done. And it's always exciting because the bases are fresh. We never quite know where the traps, the Teslas, or even the CC. We don't know what that's going to be. Let's focus up on this one, though. Stadra, beautiful start with that Lalo. Spreads it nicely around the top. We've got the blimp out in front. And again, he must have 25 loons still up.
Oh, the water needs to catch up to the loons. He was really struggling there, waiting, and the water nearly got stuck on the minions, but it did decide to come forward, presses it right in the middle of the base, and that's going to help. To the back end, Scattershot gets the freeze. It does look good, Adam. We've got one wizard tower, but a whole stack of balloons trying to surround it.
And you've got to give a lot of credit to that dragon there. As the loons hit the tornado trap, we got the Torm, and then the dragon avoided the tornado, took the scatter shot. He freezes the second one. Well, that wizard tower's hurting. How much damage does it do? Can we get through? I think we can, and I think we might be looking at our first triple here, depending on how much that Queen clears in the middle.
It is as if Stadra planned it. The Lava Hound pops with the last moment, but now he's trying to rescue the cleanup. The Queen is distracted with the skellies, so that's a good thing, and we've got to keep her away from the balloon at the bottom that's coming towards the gold storage. It is looking better, but is the Lava Hound going to pop and cause an issue here as well, Adam? Crazy scenes at the end here. 98 with 5 seconds left.
Oh my days, that loon for the gold storage was genius, but it's not quite enough, and everything pulls away from the clan castle. Oh my days, that's our 3rd time fail in 4 attacks.
But we have Boone coming in, and he wants the Yetis to get Space Station the opening 3-star here, Adam.
Yeah, and like I said, this is SSG Boone. I've got to shout out his name. I love to see them. I like to see the themes in the name. I don't know why, but I love it when a clan or a team has a themed name, and Boone has now got that. Now let's see if this name provides him that extra boost to get that first 3-star in this war. You've got to shout it out. Utah's tornado trap, well placed, but Boone had it covered. He sent the loons, didn't panic, let his loons die as they were meant to. Tornado trap fades, and then in we go with the blimp again. We're seeing quality defense, but quality offense as well, and we get that Yeti in. Those Yetis in, they do the damage.
Yeah, I think he wanted them right into that scattershot area, see if he could take down the scattershots in the Eagle, really forcing the value, but it didn't quite happen. Wanted that single to help the battle blimp through, however, still does carve a little bit of a path here. We've just got to know that the scattershots will do a lot of damage, and he probably will have to freeze them on the way through now.
Yeah, indeed. I think Utah had this one scouted. I mean, it wasn't just the tornado trap. He even managed to get the blimp even after the tornado trap. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think Boone did want to do some big damage. That compartment, it is so tasty, but I think he's baited him. He's made that compartment so nice. And I think you've called it absolutely right.
He wanted to try and feed, just put that, like you said, put that bait in front of them. But I give credit to attackers that push the limit as well, because if you get that, it's high risk, high reward, and it could have been so good. But Boone is not out of this, still has the Yetis coming straight forward, and he should get good pathing to the Town Hall, but the scatter shot did amazing damage onto the healers, and this could be disaster for Space Station.
Yeah, nice move with the freeze and the champ there. He saw the situation to get it back on track, and now he's got that champ in there. With the freeze, it enforced the scatter shot to retarget, which meant the Yetis take the next hit. So those healers, as weak as they are still giving us a little bit of a push. I don't feel that it's enough to get through the base, but it will be enough to add to the percentage, ensure the Town Hall. And you've got to give Boone a big shout out again. Both of these guys, offense and defense, are doing some incredible stuff in this attack. It will ultimately be a defense, but as Judo said, once that scatter shot targeted the healers, there was a real chance of 1-stars. Look at the traps around the Town Hall. Utah was trying on that one, but we do get the 2-star.
Trying his best, and you've got to say he held the percentage down, which is exactly what you're trying to do in this scenario. But like you mentioned as well, give credit where it is due. Boone didn't rush, he kept it cool, and whenever the attack is not going to plan, it can be really easy to rush your troops in, and that's when the 1-stars happen. It's not in this scenario, but it's a low percentage, and it opens that gap even further for the Queen Walkers. Queen Walkers are slightly pulling ahead. We're at the halfway mark, and here they come. This time, it is on response with the Yetis as well.
Yeah, here we go. John is going to be on defense on this one. We've got the Yetis, couple of bowlers in the mix. Again, there are different Yeti strategies, including that Yeti bat. But this time we're going for the big quad quake, and you can see why. Look how much is connected in that middle. You can literally quad quake open 7 compartments, maybe? It's a huge value quake. Now then, can we get to the quake? That's the next question, Judo.
Oh, well, he's got to get there first. The Grand Warden was taking huge damage. Managed to get the balloons in quick enough to protect that ability, because if that goes off, you can say goodbye to the 3-stars. However, he managed to get through that without using a rage. And do you think he's going for the Town Hall here, Adam? Is that what he is going for?
Yeah, there he goes. He's in. He's in. So we're going to get the Town Hall with about 2 minutes on the clock. Faster now because we used the rage. Now then, what does he go next? He's going to be a bit careful with that single target. Is he going to try and get it with a freeze?
I think he has to get the Yetis in pretty quick here. Sets up the funnel over to 9 o'clock with the King. As you can see, the Yetis come in right on time to pull the Grand Warden back out of range. And it couldn't have been any better there for Chronos.
No, absolutely. You can see I've actually highlighted the Inferno radius. It is right on the edge. The Warden tiptoeing around there. But yeah, he avoids the beam. Brilliant timing, brilliant work with the Town Hall. However, and we talk about this a lot when me and Judo cast together, those long Warden walks, you have to be careful because of time. Oh, he's missed a quake.
He's only put 3 quakes in here, Adam. He needs to recognize and get the other one in. He's got really good value doing damage onto the Expos and the scatter shot. There comes the final quake, probably just in time, I would say, or it could have really gone wrong, but definitely taking more damage than was needed. Where was the spotter on that attack?
You're absolutely right. That's a full-on spotter fail for sure. And it goes to show you can make the best plans in the world. The incredible funnels and the setup. The Warden dancing round, takes a Town Hall, avoids the Inferno. And then you're meant to quad click the quake, and you triple click by accident, and you still put yourself in trouble. Is there any chance he still gets it? We've got the shield.
He's got 50 seconds left, Adam. He's got a freeze, and this is where, when you get tremendous value at the start of an attack, as we see in here, even with some little errors, you can still get through it. The Seeking Shield goes off, 94, 95, with 30 seconds left. It is all but a 3-star. I don't think we're jinxing Queen Walkers here. They are going to skyrocket themselves into the lead with the first 3-star of this war.
and now it's all about Zack. He has to triple here. Stadra gets a defense, and it's not mathematically over, but we know that Queen Walker should go on to win, but a triple here, and you never know.
Well, Zack is feeling like the Sui Lalo is his method. Interestingly, uses Irregular Golem when the scatter shot is distracted, sneaks in a skeleton spell. Talk about ingenuity, Adam. That is incredible.
If there's triples, that's our next video. That's that decided already. What a move there with the Skelly spell, and it works. The scatter shot is down. Our champion is on full health. Everything exactly how we wanted it here. Champion is easily going to deal with the Eagle, gets the inside sweeper as well, and then moves to an air defense. You just couldn't ask for anything better.
And got 50% damage on the internal scatter shot. Amazing stuff. Brilliant pathing for the Lalo. Is there a trap down to the 6 o'clock area with this town hall? Even if there is, he's got the battle blimp, and I think Zack has this well in control at the moment. It's really if he can hold on to this, Adam.
I love the fact that he's got that poison down there for the Queen, slowing her down, preventing her doing too much. Skellies are already down as well. They're going to take her down, but he didn't rush them. He's got the Tome over that Queen as well, so that way she does very little damage. Skellies take her down. It is so smooth here. Zack is on fire. What a hit. Blimp into the Town Hall. Dragon easily deals with it. Obviously, the loons drop, but they've done their business in there, and that Dragon can clean up at 6. Lalo's moving through. Judo, what are we looking at here?
We are looking at one tremendous 3-star attack from Spacestation Gaming. If we can get the multi-inferno, we have Stadra with traps everywhere, balloons going down, the Grand Warden really trying to step up with the Royal Champion there. It's going to be a major issue.
Why did that Warden turn to the gold mine? He had it covered. Luckily, we've got a backside loom using the haste. It will get the multi-inferno, but that Warden almost cost us the attack. We've got 60 seconds on the board. I still think he gets it. Judo is not jinxing this one, guys. Take those jinx emotes back. Don't even. Leave poor Judo alone. We've got this one. And what a hit. What a start. You've got to say again, incredible from Zack. But then Stadra maybe predicted that back end was where the raid would be decided. Like you said, every trap was back there, and that Royal Champion hidden behind the multi. She really rained some death in. It is still going to be a triple, but again, incredible entertainment. And that start, that is something special.
Amazing from start to finish. We had the little turn at the end, but it's the 3-star that was needed for Spacestation Gaming. Gaku could put it out of reach here, or can he? Let's find out. It is the hybrid attack. We know how good this is. Starts off with that bowler bounce to set the funnel. Again, very classic and traditional way of setting the funnel. Really analyzing the bases to make sure they're not just defaulting to the meta, but looking at everything. Wants the Queen to walk straight in towards the multi and the scatter shot by the looks of it, Adam.
Yeah, let's just check. I presume she's closer. She's just was scary with that gold storage. You could see there wasn't much difference, but no, he planned that one perfectly. Even with the air defense, the next targets were back inside. Lovely little freeze to set him up. He's hoping that Queen goes back inside. She does, man. This is a fantastically well set up Queen walk. And she's straight inside onto the Inferno. Gets the Inferno before the Skellies as well, Judo. Does Gaku's Queen just work better than ours?
Did he want the Queen to go a little bit further, do you think, Adam? Was he wanting the wall there with the super wall breaker, or did he want the internal wall? He's still going to get really good value, set up the pathing for the hybrid, and I don't think Gaku would have made a mistake on a wall breaker like that. It was clear it was coming down to the wizard tower, but it does beg the question now that the healers are under immense damage.
Yeah, no, this is interesting as well, because normally you don't particularly mind if your Queen goes down if she's got the kind of value that she has, because the healers transition onto the hybrid, no problem. But with this one, the multis have taken care of the healers. We're not going to get any extra value out of them. Queen's done incredible, you've got to say. Enemy Queen, Scattershot, CC, Inferno. I mean, she's done a massive job. But we're not getting anything extra out of the healers. Is this too much base left for the hybrid?
It's interesting, Adam, because he's already used the siege barracks and he really doesn't have a backup plan, so the hybrid has to come straight into the town hall. He cannot afford to give Spacestation Gaming any glimpse of taking this victory. He's got to secure the 2 stars. That is done, and just blast everything to the town hall and worry about the splash damage later.
Yeah, now interestingly, because of the way the Queen Walk worked out, he actually had an extra rage, so he double raged on the way in, rolled through the start of the base at picture perfect home, allowed him every single troop inside of it, and he really is doing some damage. But I think you might be right here. I don't think he's quite got enough to get through. As amazing as he is, this one might be a bridge too far.
Again, though, just looking at the damage and what is left, there's not a lot. And Gaku, despite having things go wrong, has managed to keep the percentage up into the 90s. That is the sign of an incredible player, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and I mean, it's amazing as well. On a Gaku Queen Walk that goes wrong, he gets the enemy Queen and the scatter shot. When my Queen Walks go wrong, I get nothing, a gold mine at best. Wow. So even when it went wrong, he still got tremendous value with his Queen, adjusted the hybrid accordingly, and yeah, it's not a triple, but he's still at 93%, which means even now, SSG are a star behind and percentage behind. It still needs a miracle.
It's only percentage.
Yeah, sorry, just percentage behind.
Percentage, but it's basically a star though, because they are that far behind. So in order to win this one, it needs to be a 3-star from Space Station, and it needs to be less than a 3-star from Queen Walkers. Well, here we go. We need the 3-star for Space Station Gaming. They're coming in with the hybrid. We've just seen how effective the hybrid is, and that's when the Queen goes down early in the attack, Adam. Let's see whether Chronos can fix this part, keep the Queen alive, get the 3 stars, which Space Station need.
What an interesting war as well. Quite often we see the hybrids and the Yetis in the first 2 attacks, then we switch over and see a couple more sort of dragons and even Lalos. This one has been the other way around. It just goes to show that all these strategies to these guys, it's just a different weapon to them. They're all the same to these guys. It's which one fits the base the best. And this one, like you said, a hybrid, good wall break inside. Has to freeze early though. Look at that Queen so low on health, Judo.
He manages to keep the ability though, which was important in that factor. Freezes the scattershot and the Expo, gets the next rage in, perfect in time. It is really going well here for Chronos, but that Queen's ability is going to need to be used, and he really wants to get the scattershot, but is he going to?
And he was smart there to pop it a little bit early. He knew that scattershot shell could land even after the ability hits. We've seen it happen too many times, and Melvin was on top of that one. But like you pointed out, it isn't enough. Enemy Queen comes over. RIP to our Queen. And now a 3-star seems unlikely, Judo.
Oh, he committed that rage as well. I think he was debating waiting and using the rage with the hybrid or trying to keep the Queen alive. Decided to go with the Queen, but maybe just hesitated that little bit much, and that's why the Queen went down. Now the hybrid does get the Town Hall, but that back-end scattershot is really going to do some damage here.
And obviously what this means is if we don't get a triple, we'll be relying on a 1-star defense. You can't imagine it happening. Is there any way these miners can push through? They're on to the final 2 Infernos. But look at that scatter shot. It's so low on health, but it could do so much damage.
He needs to pop the Royal Champion's ability. He does, but it goes the wrong way. The Seeking Shield did not go to the scattershot. I think we were clutching at straws either way, even if the shield had have got the scattershot. But we could have at least had a little bit of a better chance climbing up towards the 90s, but it's just not really going to be enough here for Space Station.
And just when you're trying to calculate if he could do it, Black Mines swipe off a healer as well. It's just every little thing. Miners on the outside, we've got to get them inside. Some of them go in there, but it's not enough. Come on, team, get in there. We need you in there. But they're staying outside. They do some damage, and it's this scatter shot with no health that has torn any chance we have of getting back into it. And realistically, we think it's over for Space Station.
Well, it does get their percentage up, but over the course of the 5 attacks, it is a phenomenal lead for the Queen Walkers. If only that Queen had have took down the scattershot, it could have been a whole different story. But let's take a look, have a closer look at the percentage. And wait a second, Adam. If it's a low 2-star... No, I'm looking at it the wrong way. Oops.
That's okay.
It is going to be the 1-star, unfortunately. But we've seen this happen time and time again. The best players in the world can still get the 1-stars, and on occasion, even less than that. So Judo 14 has got to secure it.
Yeah, the pressure is on here, and he knows it. He knows that Queen Walkers really have done everything right in this war. Could easily have had it to 1 or even 2 more triples with the time fails. However, they are in a position that could still go against them. So Yuta's just got to keep cool. He's got to ignore the fact that we've got probably 1,000 people watching this war across mine and Judo's platforms, and he's just got to keep it on a level and do what he needs to do. Sui Lalo, interesting choice of strategy for the 2-star.
Check out the Royal Champ getting the scatter shot at him. Again, we're seeing that Sui Royal Champ from the Queen Walkers getting huge value, and I don't think there's any way he can miss the Town Hall here. And then with the Lalo, you're pretty much guaranteed that 50%. It really doesn't look now like anything bad is going to happen. It's not over till it's over. Working on that Lava Hound and just being extra safe here.
Even it's just little details like the poison. Look at it. It hits every pup. Like, oh, these guys, they're just so good. It impresses me every time. My poison, I'm happy if I hit half of the pups. That's about my target. And look at that. That Queen just strolls in casually enough. War on the line. I'm taking that Town Hall. 1-star is going to be secured. And unless he disconnects, it's going to be a 2-star.
Well, he's coming in with the Lalo, and I know Yuta 14, he's not going for the 2-star here, Adam. He is going for the 3-star. Battle Blimp will get right in the middle of the Eagle, Scattershot, and the Queen. Are we going to see a Dragon in there for the Queen? We do, and it looks pretty good. He's got a whole mass of balloons coming around, and not a lot of splash damage left.
No, absolutely. Again, tremendous value with the Sui, and just a phenomenal setup. His only downside here is the Warden. Warden has to stay at the front. Come on, Warden. He's only going to tome half the loons, but that's still better than none. Come on, Warden. Don't let us down. Give us a good tome. Give us a triple.
Well, with the balance changes that are going to be upcoming, whenever they hit, he will be less likely to go over to the Dragon. It didn't happen in this case. However, with balloons swarming the base, Queen Walkers really wanted to make sure that even if Space Station got that 3-star, it wouldn't be enough. They were taking this victory. Indeed they were, but what an incredible war from start to finish, Adam.
Oh man, that was just incredible. What a finish. What a finish to that war as well. Queen Walkers with their exclamation point. They could have gone for a safe 2. There's nothing even, that didn't even cross their minds. Yuta comes out and puts in one of the sweetest triples we've ever seen. That was just phenomenal.
I'm so glad that you guys were able to enjoy this one. I do have a playlist with all of the 5 versus 5 wars on. It looks just like this on my YouTube channel homepage. However, I will go ahead and drop it in the pinned comment for you. It's also in the description, and if you do want to see another one of these wars, I've linked one of them right on the screen over the top of my face. Be sure to click that in order to watch another epic war, but we will be back tomorrow with more gameplay of me playing Clash of Clans. So until then, have a good one.